Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is a Rabbiah coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, "A Crashing is Ahead for America." A crashing, what I mean by that is the economy is going to crash. America has been for so long, for a long time now, has been dominating the economy with the U.S. dollars, but it's been doing it deceitfully. So a lot of these countries, directly the BRICS nation are tired of it, and so they're taking action. And the reign that America had, it no longer has. These countries are fed up with it. Spearheaded by Russia. So I caught this quick clip on TikTok where it was actually showing and going into what's going on over there, because if you notice, you won't see any of this on the news, or you won't see any of this on the mainstream or even in the newspaper. They hide this part. Everything they talk about is how dominant that Babylon the Great is doing, so-called America. But it's not. The Bible prophesies the downfall of America, or Babylon. I want to start off with Sirach chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "Pride is hateful before God and man, and both does one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." So this is what's happening. These people been doing so much wickedness and deceitful dealings, making deals and going back on their word, that these countries are banding together to get rid of them, to start doing things their own way, stop being controlled by this wicked government. So here we are. So I'm gonna let this video play. Check this out.
Just happened in the country of Chile that sent shockwaves across the financial markets? No, probably not. The Western media, of course, hiding that from you. We'll get to that in a minute. Did you hear what Africa just did to the United States dollar? No, probably not. The Western media is also hiding that from you. Did you see what Russia just did to the United States hegemony at their huge conference in St. Petersburg with more than 20 African nations attending? They said, "No more American dollar. Enough is enough." No, you didn't see that on CNN, because the entire American media infrastructure is corrupt and only concerned with one story: the indictment of Donald Trump.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice.
We are witnessing the greatest financial upheaval in almost 100 years, and they care more about Trump having a box of documents in his house. What about the classified documents in Biden's garage next to his Corvette?
And by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
Shut up, don't ask any questions. You're not allowed to ask any questions, because it's all a distraction from what's really happening. The Western media is pretending that everything is fine, but it's not. Almost zero coverage of what I'm about to show you. The unipolar order, dominated for decades by the United States, is crumbling right before our very eyes. And let me tell you, it's not just some abstract concept, something that's being written on white papers. No, it has real consequences right now for every American who has money in a bank or is concerned about their family's future. First, let's talk about Africa. Something astonishing happened this week. Kenyan President William Samoei Ruto speaking to Parliament, announcing that Kenya would start trading in local currencies and not in the US dollar, as they have been doing for decades. Holy smokes. The cracks are forming. Watch the standing ovation that he received from this speech.
From Djibouti, selling to Kenya, or traders from Kenya selling to Djibouti, have to look for US dollars. How is US dollars part of the trade between Djibouti and Kenya? Why? And we are not against the US dollar. We just want to trade much more freely. Let us pay in US dollars what we are buying from the US. But what we are buying from Djibouti, let's use local currency.
For far too long, the vibrant and resource-rich continent of Africa has been tethered to the United States dollar. But guess what? Africa is waking up, and it's moving away from the dollar faster than you can say economic independence. They have been kept under the thumb of the West for centuries. African nations are now suddenly embracing regional integration. They're neighbors, seeking to reduce their dependence on external currencies. Goodbye, US dollar. And just this week, a Zambian politician spoke about how the West has been exploiting and raping Africa for centuries. And Africa is now demanding autonomy. Did you hear what just happened in the country of Chile?
Wow. So you got to understand that these countries are fed up with so-called Babylon, America. And the scriptures talk about it. I want to go to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and have prevailed against thee. Thy that ate thy bread has laid a wound under thee. So it's saying that the men that they were in partnership with have put a trap. A wound is a trap for them. And there's no understanding in them. So it's telling you that all of these countries that America once made wealthy in the trade, you know, through its currency, is now standing up against them because they don't want to be controlled by this wicked government anymore. You know, and this is going to cause America, the economy, to go into a spiral downhill. You know, you think inflation is getting as bad now, it's going to get much worse, you know, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to cause division in so-called Babylon. You know, Americans are used to living a luxurious life. You know, they're used to having everything at their fingertips. They used to going to get the chicken, or going to a movie when they want to, or going out to dinner. A lot of this is going to change. It's going to be a ripple effect that you know, that's going to happen. These companies that deal in trade are not going to be able to afford the inflation that's getting ready to hit America. You know, with this going forth. You know, I want to go to scriptures talk about it. I want to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. I want to start at I'm going to start at 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when even thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. When the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Here's the point. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease because of few, and those that look out the window shall be darkened. So it's telling you that when it talks about the grinding cease, meaning that work is going to be low. You know, this economy is going to tighten up. It's not going to be plentiful like it's been. Verse 4, it says, the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up to the voice of the bird. That means rise up early. And shall all the daughters of muskrat shall be brought low, meaning that there's not going to be any joy, there's not going to be any buying and selling, because this economy is going to be cut low. The grinding is going to be low, meaning work is going to be low, because of the curse that Yahweh was putting on this country, that all of the people they were in league with are coming against them because of their wicked dealings. So this is coming, man. And there's, you know, the Bible talks about it. There's nothing we can do but prepare. You know, the life as we know it is going to change drastically. I want to go to 2nd Ezra. I'm going to go to chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. And the man should desire to go into the city, and should not be able, because the pride of the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods. Spoil means to steal their goods, because it be lack of bread and great tribulation. Lack of bread is lack of food. You know, because of this economy, this is what's coming to America. We must prepare for it. You know, it says for great tribulation. So great tribulation is coming to America. And we must see that these countries are not taking this anymore, and the prophecies in the Bible are being fulfilled very quickly. So we must be prepared and stand close to the scriptures and the man of the Lord that are teaching the 100% truth, which is GMS. the elders and apostles of GMS. I'm going to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time. Shalom.